Right about 10 minutes ago, you watched Ellen DeGeneres interview Rihanna and Drew Brees. Well, Heidi Glaus sat right in that chair not too long ago. I saw that video just before the break. Oh my gosh, it was like there's Heidi in the chair.
It's crazy. Well, you know, when we interview someone, usually it's one-on-one. But when I interviewed Ellen, I had to do it in front of her live studio audience, in front of 300 people. So I was a little nervous, to say the least.
My palms are kind of sweaty. Sorry.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
How are you?
You're Ellen DeGeneres.
I am.
And I'm right here.
You're right there, like you're on the show.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Okay, I've only got 5 minutes. I gotta go.
Are these your questions on this tiny
Just
thing?
in case.
That's tiny.
I know.
It's not a lot of questions.
I was told not to have too many.
Really?
Okay, let's start with your favorite guest of all time.
Well, you just asked me right after I had Sophia Grace on, so I'm going to say Sophia Grace. I mean, you know, Sophia Grace, that little girl is just, I've never met anyone like her. That's like an ideal guest. You just kind of just let her go.
Hey, Sophia. Hey, Rosie. I can't believe I'm on the Ellen show. Yes!
Come on out, Nikki. It's hard because it changes all the time. Every day I love my job. I get to talk to amazing people, but that little girl was pretty amazing.
All right, so most nervous.
Oh, I don't get nervous anymore. I mean, I got nervous, you know, I used to get nervous all the time. First time I was on Oprah, first time I was on Johnny Carson, first time I was on Letterman. First times are always, you know, make you nervous, but I'm pretty relaxed now. I feel very comfortable in my own skin, and I feel, you know, confident.
Speaking of Johnny Carson, what do you remember about that day when he called you over?
I remember that I felt like the mic was going to pick up the sound of my heartbeat through my clothing. I mean, I really was so nervous before the curtains opened, before I was introduced. And because Johnny Carson, you know, now there's you know, lots of things that people can be on, but that was the show to make your career. So just waiting for Johnny Carson to introduce me was pretty insane. And then to be called over and sit down was amazing.
All right, so tomorrow we'll pick up where we left off. We'll talk about superstitions. We'll talk about her love of music and how she actually got into music producing. And by the way, tomorrow on Ellen, Sophia Grace is back. Ellen actually sent her to the red carpet of the American Music Awards last night. So she got to interview all of the stars. That's going to be hilarious tomorrow at 4.
That's going to be great. I know. Yeah. I love Ellen, and I can't imagine what it was like sitting in that chair. And how big is that studio? Is it just huge?
No, it's not as big as you would expect. I mean, it seats 300. But I got to tell you, even watching that now, my palms are a little sweaty again.
Sure.
You know, to sit that close to her, I mean, she's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, she absolutely. It's a chance in a lifetime.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm going to save that picture. It's going to be an 8x10 in my dining room for a while.
That's a great idea. All right. Well, just 20 minutes ago on Ellen, you saw Sophia Grace and Rosie hit the red carpet. We were all crowded around the TV. Those two little girls are
adorable.
So funny. And yesterday, Ellen told you that they're her favorite guests.
Yeah.
And so what did you find out today? Because you got to interview her.
I did. Today we're talking superstitions. We're talking music producing, and we're talking about how cool it is to give away all of that stuff. Any superstitions? Is there one thing that you do every single time before you come out here?
No, the mint thing is the recent thing, just because I like to. I don't know why. No one can smell my breath from there, but I always throw a mint up in the air. And last season I got to where the mint was really high, and I caught it every single time. But the camera was never back there. So now they have a camera back there, and I'm having like performance anxiety or something. I can't. The mint is rarely landing in my mouth anymore. Today it hit my tooth, so it was close.
Didn't shoot it.
I know of.
Looks good. Speaking of fun things, you get to give so many things away. What kind of feeling is it when you see the look in their eye and they're jumping up and down like that? Is it?
Well, I mean, it's like the greatest thing, you know, and I say it all the time, the greatest thing that I can do is look out and see people smiling and know that, and hear stories that I make people's days better, that I make them happy, and that it makes me happy. There's no better feeling than to give something away. I mean, I get so much from my audience. I get so much from the show, and it's the best thing in the world that I get to give back.
These days, though, you're also giving people music careers. Tell me how the whole music producing started.
I've always loved music. I mean, even before I started doing stand-up, I loved music and thought I would be a songwriter, because I started as a writer. I started writing poetry when I was really young, and then writing stories, and then writing songs, and then it turned into stand-up. but I always wanted to be in music. So what gave me the idea, I saw all these talented kids, and we'd have all these talented kids on the show, and could have a label and help their career.
Can you play any instruments?
I'm pretty good at triangle.
I saw that with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You did
Yeah.
an excellent
Well, that's
job.
why I broke it out with Taylor Swift, because that's mainly the only thing that was lacking in the insert. And you could hear there was something, what's missing, and it was a triangle.
So she actually has her own record label. I got a little more to you interview. That's tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
All right, we'll be right back. All right, every day at 3 o'clock, you get to see Ellen ask the questions of her guests on her show right here at 3 p.m. But Heidi Glaus got to ask her questions. You got to meet with Ellen. And, you know, from the last couple of days when you've been doing this, I think she seems a little uncomfortable being on the other side of the
she's
microphone.
really shy.
Is
I
she?
think that's the reason that we had to do it on her set with the studio audience. You know, that kind of put her in her zone. But today we're talking about something that she really likes. We're talking about music that makes her happy. All right, what's one song, if you're having a bad day, what's one song that is going to put a smile on your face?
Oh, God. I don't know. Whenever Tony plays that Neo song, right? What is it? Closer. Yeah. That song, just because I always end up acting it out somehow. But I can't ever, that's crazy to pick one song. I mean, I just love music, and there's so many. Stevie Wonder always makes me happy.
All right, gardening makes you happy. What's in your garden?
Right now, the only thing that's doing well are tomatoes. There's a lot of tomatoes going on. We have every kind of cherry tomato. We have we have yellow, we have regular, we have large tomatoes, we have pumpkins they're not doing so well right now. Zucchini, lettuce. There was corn, and that didn't do well either. Lots of herbs and lots of peppers and
But you're the one
squash.
getting your hands dirty. It's not like you have help.
We have help, but we also go out in the garden and touch it. I mean, I was in there this morning. I was cleaning up dog mess, but I was in there.
All right, so what's the inspiration for the new book? I mean, are you not busy enough with everything else?
No, I'm not going to be happy till the books are piled. Like, I keep all my books right there in case people get bored. You know, I had written 2 others, and I just felt like there should be a trilogy. I thought I should have 3 books. Why stop at 2? And I did have a little extra time. And it's just a different form of, you know, doing this is very spontaneous, and I get to talk to people and think off the top of my, head. But it's also different if you read the book, it's a very different form than my stand-up, and it can go in different places. So it's just another way to express myself.
Okay, so seriously, I'm kidding. It's in bookstores now. It is really a funny book. And how could I be at the Ellen Studios and not grab a pair of Ellen underwear? So check these out.
I love them.
Aren't they cool?
You know,
she gives these to everybody all the time.
I know. Look at them. They are soft.
Yeah,
I hear everybody talk about how comfortable they are.
And, you always see celebrities pull down. So, maybe the next time on News at 4, I'll kind of show my Ellen underwear.
I'm still not convinced she's doing the gardening.
No.
It didn't sound real. I mean, I'm sure she enjoys walking in the garden, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's all she does.
Yeah. Still, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Heidi. What a great interview. All right, we're going to go